Jeffree Star, where is my check? Like, if I'm working for you, dude, like, I need my money and I need it now.
Hey, what is up all my social climbing friends? I have tried to film this video like 3 times and I feel like I end up sounding like a really dumb ass person. But this is like the last time that I'm gonna try to film this video because I just have so much I want to say. This is going to be a very, I don't even know what I want to say. This is a very important video, but it's also a very serious video because there has been some shit that has happened on Twitter specifically. You guys know that I will argue a point with someone if I feel like I'm right to the death. However, I actually got into it with Thomas Halbert. I honestly don't feel like Thomas Halbert was the reason for this happening. It was just the argument at hand and somebody got in their feelings. There was actually an account that had already muted that I did not want to interact with because this person obviously did not like me. They tend to make everything about race and race relations. I really honestly, like, you guys know I cannot stand racist people. That is like the bottom of the barrel for me. But everything is not racist. Everything does not boil down to race. Everything is not a racial issue, okay? And this is one of those people that try to make everything a racial issue. And I was going back and forth with Thomas Halbert on Twitter because he was talking about drama channels. I was being very friendly at first and then he got really catty with me and I went back and forth with him, and then there was this account that chimed in and we were going back and forth just a little bit. I had them muted. I could only tell that this person was interacting with someone else in the thread because the person responded and the first name was not my name, it was someone else. And upon looking into this thread, the person that I was arguing with actually doxed me. And if you don't know what doxing is, it is releasing releasing information that is not necessarily not public, but you have to go to like a certain link to find it. But you should not post anyone's like personal identifiable information, regardless if it is like public information or not, especially like when it's their address and full name. Like, it's still doxing. You can hide behind whatever you want to say it is because it's a public record, but you still took it to a social media platform where possibly thousands of people would have seen that. So basically, this person, while they follow Thomas, they also follow another drama channel that is pushing a narrative at this point in time. You know who it is. I don't have to say this person's name. I am thoroughly fed up with this person because if you have any kind of disagreement with this person and you're on their shit list, like period, point blank, it doesn't matter the amount of time that you've been friends with them, the loyalty that has been invested in that or whatever. So I just want to say that I don't think that Thomas really had anything to do with that. It wasn't necessarily his fault. This was just someone that actually had my information that had been searching for it. Obviously for a long period of time, because they would have had to honestly put so much time and effort into like listening to what I say in videos and putting things together to find what they found about me. They did find my voter registration and they tried to use that as an argument that I'm a racist person. For those of you that do not know, it's so funny because I am a registered Republican, okay? I registered when I think I was like 20 years old. And they tried to use this as like a talking point as me being a racist. I will have you know that I vote Democrat. I didn't know that honestly if you vote one way or the other it made you a racist, your political beliefs. Everything is not a political standpoint, especially that's why everything is so offensive to so many different people. They think if you believe one thing that you're a racist, or that if you believe another that you're a racist. I really honestly feel it makes me so like angry that people want to make everything about race. And I get that race is not like an issue that should be scoffed off. It's definitely not. But at this point in time, people know that race is such a big thing, especially here in America. And if you're watching this, most likely you're an American or you watch American YouTubers, and race is a very, very, very big thing here. And I have talked to so many different influencers, so many different just YouTubers, so many different drama channels that agree with me on this point. Like, it is sad that it has all boiled down to this, and it's just like, when will it stop? And there's people out here pushing narratives like, at the end of the day, what's right is right, and what's right will always be right. And if you know what I mean when I'm saying that, then you have a good heart. I have always been somebody that follows my heart to the T, and like, your heart will never lead you wrong. So me going back and forth with Thomas was not necessarily me trying to be like rude or mean with him. It ultimately ended up with me being doxxed and my personal information being put on the internet. I know this was a long-winded way of me saying that, but I have always said that people deserve their privacy. Your privacy should not ever be in question, especially on social media when people get to posting like images of you and things like that that were not out there before. It's really fucked up, and it's just a really bad thing, a really bad situation to put someone in, because not only are you affecting that person that you are doxing, you are also affecting the other people that live in that household. You guys know that I live with my boyfriend Eric. My boyfriend has severe PTSD from a very, very, very traumatic experience that happened to him as a child. So he never actually ever feels safe. But the thing is, like, I always said, and I told my boyfriend, we had this like agreement when I first started this social media thing, because we know that doxing was possibly like a thing that people could use to get at you. We always agreed, it was about 2 years ago when I started this, that if I got doxed, I would leave social media. Luckily, I can say that I'm honestly not afraid. My boyfriend, he will cope with this. He is going to make me get like a security system installed. But I don't really like believe in security systems, but whatever. But my whole thing is, this all stemmed from an argument that I have had with other people on the internet, and people wanting to push narratives about certain drama channels and things like that. And basically, it is all boiled over and came to a head, and to a point to where people want to literally do anything to try to prove a point that this person's a piece of shit, and this like, we can set up and we can talk about Manny, we can talk about Laura, we can talk about Nikki Tutorials, we could talk about all these people, but they all have stands that do this type of stuff. And it doesn't happen every day, but when it happens, it should not just be like overlooked. It's fucked up. When you have to go so low as to put someone's personal information on the internet to try to prove a point, it honestly, it invalidates any argument that you had. It just does, because why you would do that? Put yourself in someone else's shoes. Say, like, if the roles were reversed here, and I did this to this person on Twitter. While this person did not have many followers, they did put this in a thread that was getting like a lot of attention, and there was so many different people there. I don't know who has my information now, because people love to take screenshots. We are all guilty of taking screenshots. So this person literally doxed me to possibly thousands of people, and I'm a drama channel, and there is a lot of people that hate me, and I'm not saying that doxing is right in any capacity for anyone to be like put through that, but especially like me as a drama channel, there are people that absolutely hate me, and I'm glad that I live in like a city where there's not like many people that, well, any people that I am aware of that is on YouTube, whatever. It's just like, I know I'm rambling on about this, but it's just so fucking asinine for somebody to try to use someone's personal information as a bargaining tool to prove why they're right. It doesn't prove that you are right. It just proves that you are an asshole and that you are honestly a piece of shit. Now, I do have my suspicions on who this person may be. I do actually have means to find out who this person is, because I do live in North Carolina. And I don't know if I'm actually going to follow up or follow suit with that. I don't know if it would honestly be worth it, because honestly, like 99.999% of me, I know who this person is. I don't have to have their IP address or any of that information to know who this person is, because I've interacted with this person before and they just honestly don't like me. But moral of the story is, if you do not like someone, if you do not like their content, if you don't like the way they go about things, you do not have to watch them. You do not have to subscribe to them. You do not have to interact with them. If you do not like someone, then you do not have to engage with that person at all. And if you ever feel like it is honestly a situation where you should feel the need to put someone's like personal identifiable information, their private information on the internet, you need to stop, because it's getting to a point to where you honestly can't differentiate what is honestly like a real point and you trying to just be malice and cause somebody harm. And I think that we live in a time also where we should be seeing more good from people, because there's honestly so much bad shit that's going on in the world, in America, and all these different places that all of you guys tune in from, that you don't want to see this bullshit. You don't want to tune in to negativity and a false narrative, like, and I'm so, like, can we talk about that for a second? Like, I am so honestly sick of people saying that drama channels are on, like, people's payrolls. Like, Jeffree Star, where is my check? Like, if I'm working for you, dude, like, I need my money and I need it now. Like, it's almost Black Friday, I'm ready to go shopping. Like, where is my check, Jeffree Star? You guys know that there's rounds of videos, or a round of videos from a specific person named Sharita is Random. Sharita Explains It All. While I have loved Sharita and her content and her talking points, I've interacted and followed Sharita on Twitter now. I blocked her last night because that is a source of negativity that I am not going to buy into. If you are willing to listen to anything that someone says that is without knowing all of the information, and like, there are three sides to every story. I know that I've said that numerous different times, but while you're drinking the Kool-Aid, while you're sitting there making these videos about drama channels that you think are biased and are on payrolls of different influencers, regardless if you think it was a metaphor or not, you don't know everything. And I think you will be shocked once everything does come out. There has been a narrative that has been pushed for a very long time. There is stuff from both sides that I've noticed inconsistencies on, and by both sides I mean Jeffree Star and Sam, and I happen to know a little bit of information about this whole, like, situation regarding, like, Jeffree Star and Sam, and this whole thing that goes back to a point in time a year ago when this whole narrative was picked up and, like, the bias started. Like, I feel like there's always been a bias there, but, like, it intently started at that point in time. But that is not the topic of this video. But you guys, I know this is getting super long, super redundant, because I've repeated myself so many different times, but the moral of the story is, if you feel like you need to put someone's personal information on the internet to prove that you are right, you are wrong. And if you feel like you need to do that, you need to stop and ask yourself, how would you feel if that was done to you? How would you feel if your personal information was out there on the internet for the whole world to see? People having your address, and you guys like, I can't move, like, this is my house, we own this house, like, I can't just, like, move. It's not a situation where I'm a YouTuber and I live in an apartment and I can just pick up my things next month and move to a different address. It's not a situation like that. I'm not worried about people coming to me. I do want to thank everybody for, like, reaching out to me and, like, saying that they're sorry that this happened. Like, that means the most, and I want to thank everybody that has DM'd me. But I think that we could all do being a little bit nicer to one another. I'm still going to be a shady bitch. I don't give a fuck. Like, things don't scare me, things don't deter me, but at the end of the day, like, if you as a person, I would never dox anyone. If you feel like you need to do that to prove a point, just stop. But you guys, I don't even know what to say to end this video. Let me know what you think about all this bullshit down below, because it's a lot. It's a whole lot. I'm really actually ready to just get back into making content about these beauty YouTubers. I might start trying to get statements, but you know what? People have made such a big deal about that. As a drama commentary type of channel, I have never in my life said that I was a journalism, whatever the fuck you people want to say. Or deem drama channels to be. I've never said I was that. So if I don't want to get statements, I won't. But if I want to, I will. I don't know. But you guys, let me know what you think about all this fuckery down below, and I will see you on my next video. Bye, guys.